Hey everybody, it's Matthew here again, and wanted to showcase off my latest museum build. For those of you guys who are new here, I play on a friendly Rust server, which isn't necessarily PvP focused, but it's definitely not a PvE server. But a lot of the players on here are really chill, and some people like myself like to build these little bit of unorthodox builds, and my little thing is I like to build museums. I've done one on the Cure. I've also done one on Unsolved Mysteries. And this wipe, I had a little bit more help, and so we decided to do the Museum of Flight. And so I just wanted to take you guys all on a tour here. So for my previous two builds, I've done a similar footprint. I've used jungle skin, and it's mainly just 5 circles. But for this one, I kind of wanted to replicate an airplane hangar. And so we thought of that'd be a great idea. We could also have like a little bit of a scrap heli in there, and we wanted to definitely have like a space for like, public amenities. Just have like a mini outpost, and so we just put that on the outside here, just to not take up any room on the inside. So players can come, free oil refinery, e-furnaces that go on all day, a tier 3, and then we usually leave a bunch of food in here. Seems like somebody's taking it all, but overall. Still has all the good stuff from previous museum builds, but just in a different footprint. So if you enter in, the first little level here, it's mainly just a bunch of photos with an aspect ratio of 2:1 of just like different planes and aircrafts over the years. A lot of really striking, impressionable photos that I found really cool. And we also have a scrap helicopter right here. A few people have tried to steal it, but they've all failed. It's actually kind of funny watching people try to steal it. But this is mainly just for display. With our last museum, we wanted to start introducing these different interactive exhibits. And so we have a pilot on our server that plays here, and he actually came and built this Airbus A320 startup simulator with different instructions. And so players can come in here and pretend they are starting up an airplane. If I remember, it's battery 1, battery 2, external power, cooler, and then I think you select your different engines, turn them on, and I believe you are flying, or you at least have the plane turn on. And so that's mainly it on the first floor. And then on the second level here, we have different pioneers in both flight and space travel. And so just thought we can just go around and give the tour, and I will shut up here. But hope you all enjoy.
At the start of the 20th century, powered flight did not exist. In 1903, the Wright brothers changed that forever. Flying at Kitty Hawk, their aircraft achieved the first controlled sustained flight powered by an engine. It lasted only 12 seconds, but it proved a revolutionary idea. Humans could fly. Their work was the foundation for every aircraft that followed, from every propeller plane to even modern jets and beyond.
Jimmy Doolittle.
Jimmy Doolittle was a pioneer in aviation technology and military aviation. He helped develop instrument flying, allowing pilots to navigate without relying on visibility. During World War II, he led the Doolittle raid, launching bombers from an aircraft carrier to strike Japan. It was a risky and unprecedented mission. Doolittle's leadership and innovation helped shape modern aviation and demonstrated the strategic power of air operations.
Amelia Earhart. This is actually her second feature in a museum, because on the previous build that I did, it was Unsolved Mysteries, and one of them was featuring the disappearance of Amelia Earhart.
Amelia Earhart became one of the most famous aviators in history. In 1932, she became the first woman to fly solo across the Atlantic Ocean. She set multiple records and became a global symbol of courage and independence. In 1937, she disappeared during an attempt to fly around the world. Though her fate remains unknown, her legacy continues to inspire generations to push beyond limits.
Igor Sikorsky.
Igor Sikorsky revolutionized aviation by developing the first practical helicopters. Unlike airplanes, helicopters could take off vertically, hover, and land in tight spaces. This opened entirely new possibilities for transportation, rescue missions, and military operations. His designs made flight more versatile and accessible. Today, helicopters play a critical role around the world, all built on Sikorsky's original vision of vertical flight.
Wernher von Braun.
Wernher von Braun was a leading engineer behind the rockets that took humans to space. He played a key role in developing the Saturn V rocket using the Apollo missions. This powerful rocket made the moon landing possible. His work helped transform rocketry into a tool for exploration. His contributions also helped shape the foundation for modern space travel.
Howard Hughes.
Howard Hughes was one of the most influential figures in aviation history. A pilot, engineer, and entrepreneur, he pushed aircraft design to new limits in speed and performance. In the 1930s, he set multiple world airspeed records and completed a record-breaking flight around the globe in just over 3 days. He also designed advanced aircraft like the H-1 Racer, which influenced future fighter planes. Hughes combined ambition and innovation in helping shape modern aviation technology.
I gotta slurred my speech there a little bit. Chuck Yeager.
Chuck Yeager was the first human to break the sound barrier in 1947. Flying the Bell X-1, he reached speeds faster than Mach 1. At the time, many believed it couldn't be done safely, but Yeager proved otherwise and helped launch the age of supersonic flight.
And this is really cool here. This is a spoof of The Last Supper, but instead of it being people at Jesus' last meal, it is people that are featured in this museum. Sally Ride.
Sally Ride became the first American woman in space in 1983. As a physicist and astronaut, she helped operate the space shuttle's robotic arm. Her achievement opened doors for women in STEM and spaceflight. She remains a symbol of progress and representation.
John Glenn.
John Glenn was the first American to orbit Earth in 1962. His mission helped restore confidence in the U.S. space program. Decades later, he returned to space at the age of 77, becoming the oldest astronaut to fly. His career spanned generations of exploration.
Neil Armstrong, man, that needs no introduction.
Neil Armstrong became the first human to walk on the moon in 1969. As commander of Apollo 11, he stepped onto the lunar surface and delivered one of history's most famous lines. His calm precision under pressure made the mission possible. This was a defining moment, not just for aviation, but for humanity.
Buzz Aldrin.
Buzz Aldrin was the second person to walk on the moon during Apollo 11. A skilled pilot and engineer, he helped develop techniques for space rendezvous. His work was critical to making lunar missions possible. Aldrin represents the teamwork behind one of humanity's greatest achievements.
Yuri Gagarin.
In 1961, Yuri Gagarin became the first human in space. Orbiting Earth aboard Vostok 1, he completed a full trip around the planet. His flight marked the beginning of human space exploration, and it was a defining moment in the space race.
Bessie Coleman.
Bessie Coleman was the first African-American woman to earn a pilot's license. Denied training in the United States, she traveled to France to learn to fly. She became a stunt pilot and inspired others to pursue aviation. Her story is one of resilience and determination.
Last but not least, the man that started it all, Leonardo da Vinci.
Centuries before airplanes existed, Leonardo da Vinci imagined human flight. In the 1400s, he studied birds and sketched detailed designs for flying machines. His concept included wings, parachutes, and early ideas of lift and motion. Though none of his machines were built in his lifetime, his work showed remarkable understanding. Da Vinci proved that the dream of flight began long before the technology to achieve it existed.
And with that concludes the tour of my third museum here on Rust. I want to give a big shout out to teammates who helped farm and put all this together, and anybody here that helped and visited. Awesome. Good day, good people. See you again.